Hey everyone, this is Joe in General, your resident reason and evidence enthusiast, back with another Bitcoin update. It's been about 9 or 10 days since my previous Bitcoin video. In that one, I was talking about how we had the climb up to 1350 USD and the subsequent crash down to 975. Now, since then, we have tracked up to about 1260 USD, but unfortunately we have gone back down. We actually went back through the $1,000 psychological barrier. We went through that previous 975 low point, and we've hit a new low here of 944 and 36 cents. Now this is the bitcoinwisdom.com charts using the Bitstamp exchange priced in USD. Now, where are we going from here? That's the big question. I think there's a good case to be made based on the chart that we will be seeing some lower prices in the very short term, and I'll make the case for that right now. So if we pull out to the longer term time frame, this is the 3-day chart going all the way back to the start of the new bull market in Bitcoin. That's from look round about your March kind of time frame. January in 2015 was when it started consolidating sideways, and then around about November of 2015 is when it did start to take off again. Now, previous videos and subscribers to my channel, if you've seen my previous videos on Bitcoin, you will remember this trend channel that I've drawn in here. And this is taking the high points in the new bull market and the lower points in the bull market for a trend channel. What you'll notice is that we tend to go up, and then we have a visit of that lower end, and then we consolidate for a while, and then we go up, and then all the way back down again, up and down, just like a roller coaster. Now, this is the last up movement, where we actually went above the trend line and we hit the all-time high of 1350. We have since tracked back down, and look where we are. We're kind of much closer to the lower end of the trend line than the upper end of the trend line. We have tracked back up a little bit since hitting the low of 944. We're currently around about in the midpoint of the trend channel, currently at about $1,025. However, I do think we are going to see a quick test of this point. So the question is, at what point will that be, and what will the price be? So we can do a quick bit of analysis here. If we check out the price of the lower end of the trend line, it depends when it hits, whether it happens tomorrow or in the next few days. But a rough indication, if we go down here, if it tracks down today or tomorrow, then we could see a rough point of about $850 US, 850 USD, and depending how long it takes to hit the trend line, we could say, let's say maybe a maximum of say another week or so. I don't think it'll take that long, but it could hit the trend channel line at about 870 USD. So of between about 850 to 870 USD. Now the next question is, will it only touch that line, or will it have a little bit of a pierce below? And there could be the case could be made that may happen. It's certainly happened before, particularly in this instance here, where it did it was in May of 2015. It had the run up from about 450 all the way up to 780. And then we tracked back down, we went back up, consolidated for a little while, and then back down to the trend line. And here it broke through the trend line, and it went all the way down here to, it was about 470. Now, interestingly, this 470 mark was a pretty important milestone. Because if you check here, if we go down to 470 here, and then you track all the way to the left here, you'll see these key points. It seems to be a previous resistance point here, and here, and here. So it seems like it did pierce this line, the bottom end of the trend channel, and then went down to this sort of next major point. So the question is there a similar situation now? I think the case can be made that yes, there is. So if we do see a pierce below this trend line, I think the next point, see, when you see it here and you track back to the left and you go, look, there's no other kind, it's not hitting any other major kind of points. Okay, so where would I have to go down to for it to hit another sort of major previous resistance line? Well, if it's going to pierce down below this trend line, let's see where we get to. We get to this one right here. And that was that old high of 780. So I think if we do pierce below the bottom end of the trend channel, we may see a test of 780. And there's also a second point, which is just a tiny little bit below. If we track down there past 780, there's that previous low that we recently had of 750. So I think if we do see a pierce below this bottom end of the trend line, we are going to see a touch of 780 or even a touch of 750. Now, well, look, it depends on your opinion. I hope it doesn't go down, but I kind of hope it does, because I've actually been buying from around, I bought just recently, the last few days, I bought at about 1170, I think it was, and then it hit $1,060. I bought again. I haven't bought again yet, because now I want to see where the price goes. I think there's, as I said, good case to be made to come down here. If it does touch this line, I may buy a little bit here and wait to see if it does pierce below as well. But we've got those sort of three main prices. We've got the 850 USD to 870 range, then piercing below, we've got the 780 mark, and then a little bit below then we've got that big point of 750. So that's where I think the price may be going in the very short term. This may be a really good opportunity for you guys who haven't bought into Bitcoin yet and have been thinking about it, as a nice little entry point to start off with. And of course, for those who are, doing the more, selling high and buying back again, to get more up your Bitcoin. Hopefully you guys have been selling around here and buying back down here. I'm actually more of a buy and hold guy. I don't think I've sold any Bitcoin at all, except for I do trade some altcoins on the altcoin market. But I'm just sort of, buying the dips usually. So that's it, guys. If you'd like to stay updated, I do make regular Bitcoin videos now. You can, of course, subscribe to my channel. I did a video a number of weeks ago on where I think the price is going in the longer term. And I, of course, do think it's going much, much higher than the prices are now. That video is called Bitcoin Price Prediction for 2017. So check that out on my channel. Of course, I'll just link to it on the screen here as well. Thank you very much, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. There's much more on my channel than just Bitcoin. I think a lot of you may be interested in a lot of the other stuff that I talk about on my channel if you're into Bitcoin already. So do check out my channel as well. Hit that subscribe button, and we shall speak to you soon. Take care.